Well, good morning, friends, and welcome to my channel. I am Crystal, and this is Homemaking on the Homestead. And today is Friday, which means Coffee with Crystal. So I have some things to chat with you about, a recipe to share, and we're going to discuss loving our homes. Do you love your home? So we're going to cover all of that in today's video. So grab your cup of coffee and let's chat. Well, happy November, ladies. It is a shock to anybody else that we're already in November. To me, this year has just flown on by. I just cannot believe. Maybe it's my age, whatever, because my husband's retired. I don't know, but our days and weeks just kind of fly on by, and I'm just like, wow, November already. Crazy. My grandkids came by yesterday for a visit, which was a whole lot of fun. They like doing that now, to come up and we all sit around the table and talk, and they share what they've been doing, and it's so much fun. But one of the topics that came up was Thanksgiving dinner, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That is coming. They wanted to know if they could come up here and make pies for Thanksgiving. So of course I said yes. That sounds like a whole lot of fun. My daughter's kind of right in the middle of, well, basically she's not right in the middle. She just started a kitchen remodel on her new place. The kitchen was kind of dated, and she wanted some upgrades in the way that it was designed and such. And anyway, so she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to do a lot because of the upheaval in her kitchen, and I said, no problem, we'll do it here. It sounds like that would be very fun. It's still a little too early for me to be thinking Thanksgiving dinner, but right now what I have been thinking about a lot and doing a lot is soup. A lot of you have mentioned that when I asked the what's for dinner question. Soup for dinner, because fall and soup, right? And that's where I've been too. It's just we've had rainy days, windy days, sunny days, you name it, we've had it all, and it's just been, but the weather's been cool, and nights are cool now, so there's nothing like a nice hot bowl of soup in the evening. But before I get too far on that, let me ask the first question I always ask you guys is, what are you having for dinner? Please make sure you put it down in the comments. I really enjoy hearing, you guys make some amazing food. Let me tell you that much. It's like, wow, some of the meals that I see come across, it's like, oh, I haven't thought of that in so long. It's just really nice to read all those. And I hope it's a place, like if you're getting stuck and you don't know what to make for dinner, go back and look at the comments in the Coffee with Crystal sections and or videos, and then see what other people are making. Maybe it'll give you some good inspiration. Tonight I am having a basically buffet. I call it the leftovers buffet. So I have some leftover soup, and I have leftover other bits and pieces in there, and I'm just gonna piece all that together so that we can get all those leftovers eaten and get my refrigerator cleaned out, and tomorrow I can start something brand new. I've been in a yeast bread baking mood. I had my first failed attempt with some cinnamon rolls, and then I made some pumpkin cinnamon rolls. If you followed me, y'all are aware of this, but and that turned out great. But I had, I bought that big can of pumpkin, and unless you're making pumpkin pies or something like that, what do you do with the rest of that pumpkin? So I always try to get creative and think, well, what kind of things sound good, and what could I do to use up that can of pumpkin? So one of the things that I did this last week to go along with our soups was some pumpkin dinner rolls. And I am telling you, this recipe that I came across, they are so good. I cannot believe how much pumpkin flavor they have, the spices that they put in there, everything. It is so good. So I will definitely leave you guys a link to that in the description box, because I think if you have a cup of pumpkin and you're trying to figure out what to do with it, try these. And it was just so perfect for fall time, the homemade soups and the pumpkin dinner rolls, and I served salad on the side, and it was just yum. I have some in the freezer right now, so I'll be able to see how they freeze. I believe the recipe said that they would freeze fine. And most baked goods I find freeze just fine, as long as you don't leave them in there forever. But this way, if I make soup this coming week, well, then I'll just pull out some more of those dinner rolls because we really enjoyed them. And another thing that I am doing today in the kitchen is baking some pumpkin cookies. So that was another recipe. I have a recipe for pumpkin cookies. I've made them for years and years. But I wanted to try a different one just to see somebody else's recipe, give something else a try. So one of my favorite blogs is Sally's Baking Addiction. And I went over there and looked, and she had a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie recipe. So I thought, well, that's perfect because I had chocolate chips on my list of things I wanted to bake. And what a great way to combine it. I was able to use up the rest of the, no, I didn't use up all of the pumpkin, but I was able to use up more of the pumpkin. I finally ended up finishing off the rest of the pumpkin by adding it to one of the pots of soup. So that's another thing you can do. It makes the broth really rich and delicious too. Okay, so that is my kitchen plans today, dinner plans. Like I said, let me know in the description box below. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? And what other kinds of things do you have going on in your kitchen? I shared this book last week with you guys, 1 Minute Inspirations for Women by Elizabeth George. And it's like a little gold mine. It's a really tiny book, but I'm just loving so much of these. They're short, little bits of encouragement on each page and on all kinds of different topics, but I really liked it. This one spoke to me and I thought, ooh, great, I'm going to talk to you guys about this topic. This is number 33, Love Your Home. Are you tired of doing dishes, sweeping and vacuuming floors, dusting and picking up after other people? I can so relate, but it is worth it, or at least it can be. You and I know that love is the world's most powerful motivator, so love your home. Love being there and love managing it, watching over it, keeping it, and yes, cleaning up the mess. Love will enable you and empower you to tackle it, master it, and excel at it. Turn to the Lord to fire up your passion in your heart to manage your home His way in a loving, serving, sacrificial capacity. No task will be too difficult and no job will be meaningless with Him as the foundation. Loved it. So that got me thinking on the practical side. Do you love your home? You know, is your home a place you want to be, or is it a place you try to leave every day? Is it something that doesn't give you that comfort and that joy? Is your home a place where you need to find that love, to rekindle that passion? Because maybe you don't love your home. I think the first thing that we need to do if we feel that way is to look at our home and ask ourselves why. Why do we not have that love? Now, we know that it's a biblical foundation to have. And we know that we can allow the Lord to give us that passion to, really love our homes, care for our homes, and manage them well. But oftentimes there are obstacles, and sometimes we need to ask ourselves why. Is it too cluttered? Is it messy? Do you feel overwhelmed? What are the reasons that are making you not love your home, or making you feel like you're not loving your home like you could? If this problem was solved, or if that problem was solved. And maybe sometimes, all our homes really need is a good cleaning, a good decluttering, a good cleaning, start around a spring cleaning, and then of course do things to help maintain that and keep that at a level. I think oftentimes in a home, we choose that level of organization and cleanliness that we desire. So if our level is up here, then we're going to always be doing things, putting things away, cleaning up our messes right away, taking care of clutter piles and things. We'll be on top of those things. However, if our level of expectation is, way down here, we're going to be letting everything build and everything create more clutter and more disorganization before we finally get so, frustrated, depressed, or whatever, that we're like, okay, it's time to deal with that. So set your bar where you can be happy, where you can find that you love your home, it's a place you want to be, and then do what needs to be done to keep it at that level. And there are lots of websites, books, and even in my channel I've talked a lot about home organization, and I don't have time, of course, to go into all of that here, and I don't need to because I've already talked about a lot of that in past videos. So if you look under my playlist on homemaking, you can see all kinds of things on cleaning, organizing, and whatnot. I just think that we have to get that mindset of realizing that being managers of our home is an incredibly high calling from the Lord. He is the one that has called us to be keepers of our home and to manage them. So, obviously then, as she pointed out in that little devotional, it's the flip side of that is that we need to be loving our home. We need to have our home be something that that we truly love and have it as a service to the Lord. And then be looking for all the practical ways that we can make that happen. I think the biggest thing in my mind that is totally vital is that we do not focus on the things that we cannot change. If we have a house that has something about it that we don't like, and that becomes our whole focus, it will eventually become our reason for not keeping up on it, or not cleaning it, or not taking care of it properly, because in our mind we always have this thing about our home that we don't like. And I think that we need to take that type of a mindset and remember to always be thankful to the Lord for what we have, and ask Him to show us ways that we can better manage what we have, better manage what He has given us, and not complain about it. Complaining will rob our spirit and rob our soul of joy, and we need to avoid that, I believe, at all costs. Instead, let's remember to be grateful and thankful. Find all the things in your home that you do like, and the things that you do appreciate, and make sure that you turn that over to the Lord and thank Him for that, And like I said, pray on how to have the wisdom to be able to be a better manager of the home and give you a heart for your home. If you don't have it, be in charge. Take that control over what is your domain and what you do have control over, and see what kind of changes that you can make so that you can manage your home better. And by doing that, to be serving the Lord and by serving those around you. I kind of think the whole topic of loving our homes goes right along with wise women building our home. The actual scripture says, a wise woman builds her house and a foolish woman tears it down. And I've been doing bits and pieces on Coffee with Crystal about us as wise women building our home. And I think this topic goes right along with it. How to build our homes, how to manage our homes, and to love the home that the Lord has given us. Okay, ladies, I have a full to-do list today, and try to get I've got cookies to bake, I've got a floor to sweep and mop, I've got laundry to move through. I just have all kinds of stuff going on in my house today, and I need to get at it. And I have really enjoyed spending this time with you, having some coffee with you, and just enjoying the chat. Make sure, like I said, leave me some comments. Let me know anything you have, thoughts you have on anything I talked about, your dinner, what you got going on in your kitchen, and what you have going on in your home. All right, ladies. I hope you have an awesome and blessed day and weekend, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.